Greetings, Multimedia 2 students. This is Mrs. Hardaway, and I'm going to be teaching you how to fill out your project proposal today. The first thing that you're going to do is fill out your student names on the Google Doc that I gave you on Google Classroom. And you'll have to make your own copy. So remember that you'll go File, Make a Copy, and then that'll make your own copy of the document so that you have a chance to write on it. You will not be able to write on mine because we need to keep it a clean copy. So again, the first thing that you'll do is write your name and the name of any partners that you have right here where it has the names. So we'll put Joe Schmo and Susie Q. And then you're going to be telling me what is your project about. So for instance, if you are creating a business and making a website for it, then you're going to put personal business. And the medium of the project, what you're creating, is a website. And maybe you're making some business cards too. Goodness gracious, I cannot type. Okay. So once you've filled out the very basic parts, you are then going to fill out the 4 steps. Again, this is where you get to design your project because I'm not designing anything this year or this semester. So these are just some guiding questions. You by no means need to answer all of them, but they're just some guiding questions on what goes in each section. So for the investigate, you might be answering questions like, what will you be researching? What sources or tools will you use? What questions will you ask or answer? What do you need to complete the project and what problem will you solve? So again, if you're making like a personal business website and some business cards, maybe you'll be researching what it takes to start a small business. Maybe you'll be using a website software to create a website and if you know the website that you're going to use, for instance, if you remember from desktop publishing and multimedia, we used canva.com to make business cards and so on and so forth. And of course, fill out as much here as you have to answer as many of those questions as you have. Building a business doesn't really solve a problem unless you want to say solves the of being jobless, maybe. What do you need to complete this project? All of those things. Under the plan, this is where you kind of get to start playing teacher. How long is each step of the project going to take? So investigate. Say that's going to take you 1 to 2 days. For the plan, maybe that'll take you 1 to 2 days. For the create, maybe that's going to take 3 or 4 days. For the evaluate, maybe that'll be 2 or 3 days because you might have to make some adjustments and fix things as part of the design cycle. How will you get all of your materials needed? Are you going to need to research some website making software? And so you can kind of bounce back and forth between these categories as you start thinking and brainstorming together. How will you lay out your project? What is it going to look like? For instance, if I wanted to insert a drawing of my website, obviously I'm going to start with just a square to represent the website itself. And then maybe I want to add in a column here to show Miss Hardaway that the website is going to have a little menu bar. Maybe I want to put the title of company here and description of company. Maybe I want to put some pictures here. So I want to tell Miss Hardaway that I'm going to put pictures. Wow. You can tell it's the weekend. Okay, so even if it's just something as simple as that, that would be a layout of your project. Okay, and then if you are working with a group, who will do what? So Joe Schmo will create website, and maybe Susie Q will create the business cards, or however you guys want to do it. If you want to divide it up more detailed than that, so be it. Okay. And then down here under create, what will you be creating? What's the purpose of the project? What does it achieve or do? Who will create which parts of the project? What will it look like in the end? What will you do if something goes wrong, and when will this be finished by? All of those things should be in your create area. And then for evaluate, how will you evaluate your project? What does it look like to get a 4, 3, 2, or 1? How will you hold yourself and your group accountable? If working in a group, will you receive all the same grade, or are you going to choose separate grades to keep everyone accountable? When will you know that your project is complete? What will that look like? Or when will you know that you need to go back and reevaluate the project? So I know that this was a very long video, but it at least gives you an idea of what I'm looking for when I get your project proposal. And then you'll see on the next page, I want you to give me some sort of a proposed schedule. So for instance, today is January 12th, and what we will do in class is fill out project proposal. And what is due today? Project proposal is due tomorrow. It's going to drive me crazy that those are bold and underlined. There we go. And then maybe for 113, same thing. Okay, and then you're going to start going from there. And then at the very end, I will give you my approval, yes or no. I will go in and highlight one of those so that you know where you're at. And then for the rest of the Google Doc, you are going to have 4 pages, one for your investigate, one for your plan, one for your create, and one for your evaluate. And then at the bottom of the evaluation, you'll see I'm going to give you my final grade in each of those sections and any comments that I have. So this is the guiding document for every project that we do in this class, and it helps us keep organized. Obviously, you'll want to share this with me as well as with any partners that you work with on any project, and give everyone editing access so that they can work on it with you. If there are any questions, please do let me know. I'm excited to see what you guys are doing today.